Okay, so hello authors, dear authors and invited guests. Welcome to technical session 4A. Myself Shoni, moderator of the session. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it is my greatest pleasure to welcome you all to the International Conference on Information and Communication Technology for Intelligent Systems. This conference is held in hybrid mode. Physical mode was held at Ahmedabad Pride Hotel on 27th April 2023, and today is the virtual mode, and this is the last session for today. So I hope you have all enjoyed the knowledgeable introduction sessions throughout the day. In this session, we have 10 presentation, and each presenter will be given 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for the question and answers. On 7 minutes, we'll raise a gentle reminder to conclude your presentation. And there's another request for the presenters that you may all please stay connected with us till the closing remarks so we can capture a good memories of this virtual conference. And if you have any query or any update, you can write it to me in the chat box. Now, I'd like to introduce the chair for the session, Dr. Vivek Tiwari. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, now with starting with our papers, our first presenter is Ashok Kumar, and he's going to presenting a paper on a research on the impact of big data analytics on the telecommunication sector.
Yes. So good afternoon, everyone. Hope my screen is visible to all, and I'm loud and clear.
Yes, yeah, clear, and please make it full screen.
Yes. So myself, Ashok Kumar, along with me, Dr. Nancy Arya and Mr. Pramod Sharma, we have done the research on the impact of big data analytics on the telecommunication sector. So together we have done this particular research, and today I'm going to represent our findings, our observation based upon that particular research. So my agenda, it will be like, first I'm going to cover the introductions, like why we need to do this particular research. Then I will move with the trends of implementation of big data analytics. Then I'm going to focus onto the regional insight, and then the fourth topic, it will be challenges in the telecommunication. So it will be having certain subtopics like the operation related cost, what will be the needs of consumers nowadays, and information security and the bridges, then collaborations. Certain, you can say, subtopics are there, say high speed data in motion, and further, like I'm going to cover sport for the applications and network intelligence. Then I'm going to cover telecommunication industry, big data analytics, and the customer services. And finally, I'm going to conclude this particular presentations, and I have, you can say, certain time for the references and question and answer. So let me start with the first topic, that is introduction. Now, like, we can't believe our life without telecommunication. And in the pandemic, what we have seen, like when the entire world was stopped, then telecommunication, you can see, domain has played a critical role, and we were able to survive in terms of, like, say, most of the persons were working from home, and they are able to, you can say, serve their livelihood. Now, once we are talking about the telecommunication industry, then the very first thing that is coming in our mind, that is, you can say, mobile and internet services. But nowadays, friends, the telecommunication sector is not limited to mobile and internet services. It is much beyond that. And we, over here, like, we are having, say, SON kind of things, that is self-optimization network, robotics, processing automations, RPA. Okay, lots of stuff has been, you can say, introduced, and that is possible because of big data analytics. And if like the usage of the data has been increased, so there are, you can say, multiple, you can say, growth, or you can say fast growth inside the
Sorry for
market. And
sorry for disturbing. We have a limited time, so please skip on the introduction part. Whatever your key findings,
okay,
just discuss on that.
okay, sure, sure. So like it is having, you can say, growth of 38.4% CAGR, that is compound annual growth rate. Now, what are the different trends of big data analytics inside the telecommunication industry? So, like multiple things are there where the big data analytics has been, you can say, utilized inside the telecommunication industry. Say network security. Once we are, you can say, talking someone, or once like the data services are utilized, then uh, security is, you can say, creating a critical role. It is playing a critical role, and with the help of big data analysis, we are able to, you can say, minimize the security breaches. And so that analytics is, you can say, very much in need inside the telecommunication industry. Then network optimization. We are having 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G networks, and 6G is, you can say, uh, like evolving. Now, a lot of KPIs are there, and we need to optimize the KPIs in order to provide the better services, and that is possible with the help of big data analytics. Like based upon the huge data, we are going to, you can say, predict like what can be the possible reason for the degradation of these particular KPIs and how to further improve those KPIs. So inside the network optimization, big data analytics is playing a critical role. Then customer analytics. So with the help of, you can say, customer data, like we are having certain analysis, like say customer churn prediction. Okay, based on the taste, based on the behavior of customers, we are going to, you can take like either this particular customer is going to retain or is going to port out. So such type of, you can say, analysis that is possible because of big data analytics. Then virtual assistants. Okay, like nowadays we all are able to see, say, automatic bots are running, and those are providing the customer response in each and every, you can say, banking sector. We are able to see inside the telecom, you can say, we are able to like if someone is complaining, then bot is replying. So that is nothing but the virtual assistance. And self diagnosis, if something is degrading, then how to diagnose and how to take the proactive action or proactive actions. So that is possible because of, you can say, self diagnosis, and that is possible because of the big data analytics. Now, we are having other different cases as well. I can talk, but we are having limited time, guys. Then, if you are, you can taking a look of the industry, like how industry is moving with big data analytics. So, what I told, it is having 38.4% CAGR annual growth, and it is, you can say, expected by 2027 it will be 9,350 billion. So you can see like the data is increasing, the analytics which is happening on that data, that is tapped on increasing. So if we are talking about first, say in 2019 it was around uh, 2020 it was 962, and it will be, you can say, in 2017 it will be 930, 9,350 US million dollar. And different, you can say, industries are playing in this particular, you can say, scenario. Then challenges. So what are the different challenges but we have observed inside the telecommunication? So operational related. So what is happening, like the data is increasing day by day. We can think like when in 2000, you can say, six, like once we are having 1 GB data, and that it is more than enough for us, and we were able to, you can say, utilize that in 1 month. But nowadays, like if we are having 5 GB or even 10 GB data, then that can be consumed in the, you can say, single day. So if the data is increasing, the background infra which is storing that particular data, that will
Please
be.
conclude it as early as possible.
So what I'm able to can say over here, what I'm able to conclude. like telecommunications, at the telecommunications, we are having huge amount of the data, and we need to do the analysis onto that particular data. The telecommunication industries are opting big data analytics. A lot of, you can say, considerations taken into a picture, or a lot of things we need to consider before deploying the big data analytics in the telecommunications. So that is what I want to conclude on. Now, question and answer, if you guys are
Okay,
having
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have only single question. What is the difference between data and big data?
basically, like it is the behavior of a particular machine. Okay, if my phone is, you can say, having 1 GB of RAM, and like the data which is which I'm going to process with that particular, say, 10 GB. So for that machine, that is big data. Okay, basically the configuration, or you can say the of that particular machine, either that machine is able to handle that particular data or not. If we are having, you can say,
Okay, thank you. I have a suggestions. Please have a deeper study about what parameter and quality supposed to be there with the data to make to qualify to call as a big data. Huge amount of data, it doesn't meaning it is a big data. And if a poor machine cannot handle 10 MB of data, we can't say 10 MB of data is a big data. Big data is a totally different thing. So my suggestions to figure out more
so
related paper.
basically, like volume, velocity, and variety, I can
So
say in
so
that particular perspective.
so in
But
that perspective, you need to understand how that big data is going to impact the telecommunication. I didn't find anything in that perspective. Huge amount
basically,
of data is there. How to handle it, that is a different topic. So please have a more related paper. It will be useful for your further research. Thank you.
okay, okay, thank you.
Thank you. Please next presentation.
Okay, so now moving for next presentation. Next presenter is Anne Charita, and she's going to presenting an efficient abstractive summarization of research articles using Pegasus model.
Yeah, hi everyone. Is my screen is visible and I'm audible perfectly?
Yes, yes, it is.
Hi everyone. I am Charita. Today I am representing a paper, an efficient abstractive summarization of research articles using Pegasus model. So the co-authors are Pallavi Reddy, Radhika Gandha, and Sujan Ashwin. So, introduction. Today's world is full of documents and information, and it's present in many different formats, like
So
articles, magazines.
author, we all have a basic idea about the summarization and the research paper summarization. So you please keep skip all the basic thing. Directly
Okay.
jump on what method you have used and what are the benefit, what are your outcome. Only discuss that point.
Yeah, I will discuss the existing system drawbacks and then go to about methodology. So the existing system drawbacks are their summarization is mostly on short document and not suitable for the long documents like research articles maybe, because research articles consist of nearly more than 60 lines of data, and most of them are stricted to extract to summarization techniques for summarizing the research articles, not abstract to summarization techniques, and the summary generated is not so readable. So we stuck to do abstract to summarization for summarizing the scientific articles. So the architecture is we have the model we use is Pegasus model. So architecture is like this: we give input a summary scientific article to be summarized, and that is pre-processed. The clean text is given to the deep learning model. What that we are using is Pegasus model, and it generates a summary. So I can see Pegasus is developed. Pegasus stands for retraining with extracted grab sentences for abstractive summarization that is developed by Google AI in 2020. And this model uses transformers encoder decoder architecture. The encoder outputs masked tokens while the decoder. So basically, the task of encoder is to mask the important sentences from the document. So and it gives output as tokens. And the task of decoder is to generate the masked sentences. So it will generate the sentence that is masked. So it is this means the model is able to understand the document so much, so like I can say so extent. So this is what we require in
So,
abstract summarization.
I have a question in this PPT. What is the meaning of target text? Is it supervised learning?
I didn't get you.
It in the PPT there is a diagram written in the right hand side. Target
Yeah.
text. So
Yeah.
target means it is a supervised learning. The output during the training you are giving, that is calling target, or what is the meaning of target text?
So the sentences that are masked. The
Meaning
target.
of target.
Yeah.
What is target?
So the task of decoder is to generate the text that is masked. The target is the text that has to be extracted.
Oh, normally target having a different meaning. Target class means true value, ground truth.
Yeah.
It is used in supervised learning, so it's a bit confusing. What is the meaning of target here? So can you explain? This is the input, and that will be
Yeah.
the target.
Yeah, Pegasus is methodical. It is pure white. It names the model. So when we give this whole sentence as input text to the transformer encoder, so you can see in the bracket mask 2, mask 1, mask 2, these words are masked, like means they are covered. The decoder doesn't know what these words belong, what these words are. So
Okay, go ahead. We will understand. Go ahead.
understanding the previous text and after text, it will generate this masked words. So this is called target text in this diagram.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
What is the novelty? Discuss on your novelty.
Our paper is generally a comparative analysis. We generated abstract summarization using this Pegasus model. This model is already evaluated on 12 downstream summarization tasks, like spanning news, science, stories.
Okay, go
instructions,
to
and
the
examples.
result. If there is no novelty, you have only comparative results. Please jump onto the comparative result.
Yeah, the data set we used is SciSum. Like SciSum, that is more in scientific articles. We use
So
this
single
data
data set you have used.
I didn't get one.
Single data set you have used.
Yeah, only this data set.
Then
Like
you
for
compare
the Pegasus model, we use. I said no. It is trained. It is already pre-trained on some data set. In the Pegasus model, we use RxZiv data set as the loaded model, and for the comparative analysis, we use SciSumNet data set.
Go ahead.
So the data set, and this is a model we use, and it generates the output for one article. For a given article, the sample output is this generated summary. Yeah. So if the lines of articles are 74, it generated a summary of 14, and like this is a table. This is the comparative analysis we did when we generated a summary using Pegasus model, and the summary present in SciSum dataset already. So for the comparative analysis, we used log value. Where log
comparative analysis, what we understand, you have a one model like a Pegasus model. Similarly, you may have another techniques. What are those techniques here for a comparison purpose? With whom you are comparing your model?
The summary which is already present in SciSum dataset. So in what the SciSum dataset is basically
against which summary is presented over there, against which model?
The Pegasus model. So basically the summary is already
same
present
question. You try to understand whatever the present in the data set, that is a different thing. Your model is giving some output. You are comparing your output with other models, suppose. So what are those other models? Otherwise it is not a comparative study. Okay.
We are not. I got you. We are not comparing between the models. We are comparing our model with already present summary in the dataset.
So that is wrongly you are claiming. You have to say we are checking performance of Pegasus model with a different data set.
Yes.
It is not a comparison. Okay, go ahead.
So we can say the Pegasus model generated more efficient.
You can't say more efficient because you are not comparing with anybody. You can't say it is more efficient.
So the performance is more. I can say
Against
that.
with compared to whom it is more? Simple question asking. It is better against what it is better. There is no other model for a comparison
Comparison.
purpose. So you can't say it is more efficient or it is better. You cannot claim it. Okay, go ahead.
So this is the, what we
Go
have
ahead.
done.
Go
Like,
ahead. Go ahead. Conclude.
so the Pegasus model generated an abstract summary and
Okay,
it
thank you. Improve your experiments by including the various kind of model and data set.
models.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Thank
For this.
Okay, so moving for our next presenter, Arena here, and they're going to present on in implementation of curriculum for IoT healthcare system. Ahina, you may please start your presentation.
I hope you all can see my screen.
Yes,
So
it
my,
is visible.
okay. So my paper title is an implementation of lightweight cryptographic algorithm for IoT healthcare system. And my co-authors are Ms. Divya James and Lakshmi KS. My paper ID is 111. This is the agenda. So IoT devices are used in very critical areas like payment cards, contactless keys,
Please
and
skip
biometric
all those
authentication.
introductory part. Please skip directly. Discuss on
Okay.
which protocol you have taken, why you are calling it is lightweighted. First discuss that part.
Okay, so why like the existing cryptographic algorithms which we are using today, they are developed mainly for the desktop and server context, and they are not suitable for smaller devices. So we are choosing lightweight cryptographic algorithm, and the cryptographic algorithm we are considering are Speck, Simon, Cliffy, and Present. And we are, a comparative analysis is made on this for lightweight cryptographic algorithm and the performance characteristics based on time and throughput.
Okay, can you define what is the meaning of lightweighted? Means again, if the
Lightweight,
parameter is this value, then it
like
is lightweighted.
okay, so cryptography means encrypting and decrypting
I'm not
data.
asking the process.
Yeah.
I'm asking if you a lot
Like,
of
yeah,
encryption description algorithms are there.
yeah,
You claim it is a lightweighted on what
yeah.
basis?
Because it requires less memory.
Less memory means what?
Like
There is
the
a
number
value,
of
some
what,
less than 5 MB, then lightweighted like that. There is some
like
definition.
the number of rounds taken for these are
How
lower.
many number of rounds?
Like depending on the
You don't make general statement. Lightweighted means if something against this parameter value is less than this, it is a lightweighted. Otherwise, it is not lightweighted. Do you have such kind of data? Otherwise, general statements are there. It is very fast. It asks or required very less memory. These are the very general statements.
okay.
Less means what?
Less means it will require like storage. Memory.
Storage means less means what? How much storage you are asking?
Sorry, sir.
Why I'm asking this sentence in the research paper, if you are using, maybe you are a student, teacher, faculty member, lightweighted, if you are using in the title, you must be very much clear what is the meaning of lightweighted. Why other methods are not lightweighted? So don't define light on heavyweight with a journal statement. There are typical definitions are there that if your methods are satisfying, then we can call it lightweighted. Study those parts, then claim your algorithm is lightweighted or not. Go ahead.
Yes. So we are taking 3 sensors, a BP sensor, temperature sensor, and pulse oximeter sensors. And this will take real-time values and it will be connected to Raspberry Pi. Here, encryption of this data will be done, and this encrypted data will be published to an MQTT broker. So when the web application will subscribe, it will publish the decrypted data. Like in the backside.
Okay, what is your novelty in this work? Just discuss on that part.
So like we'll based on this 4 lightweight, we are taking 4 LWC algorithms, and we are encrypting and decrypting data, and we are doing a performance
So what is novelty? What
based.
agree? What is novelty? What novel work you have done that was not done earlier? That's I am asking.
We had done a performance evaluations based on this 4 algorithms, like based on throughput and average time.
So it was not, you have not found such comparative analysis earlier?
Sir,
It was there or not in literature? Just simple question I'm asking.
yeah, it was there.
So what is novelty
But
then? Okay, go to that comparison table.
so this is the hardware module.
Okay,
We
got
had-
it. Got it.
Okay, this is the encryption results.
Okay, got it.
We got, and this is the decrypted values. And this
Okay.
is the average time analysis of this Lightweight algorithms. And this is the throughput analysis of Lightweight algorithms. We have seen that spec has highest throughput and present has the least throughput.
Mm-hmm.
And coming to average time, present has the highest time taken and spec has the least one. So coming to conclusion.
Okay, your
Uh,
problem you have taken, that is very good. Please work on the algorithms level, or if you are not able to work on the algorithms, please focus on how to analyze the pre-existing algorithms by taking various parameter and data set. That would be helpful for your future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next.
Okay, so moving to next presenter, Mahesh CH, and he's going to be presenting on automated speedways product review auditing system. Mahesh, you may please start your presentation. Mahesh, are you there? Our next presenter is Ritika Kumari, and she's going to be presenting on diagnosis of cardiovascular disease using machine learning algorithms and feature selection method for class imbalance problem.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Ritika Kumari, and today I'm presenting my paper on behalf of all the authors, that is Dr. Jaspreet Singh and Professor Anjana Gushain. The title of my paper is Diagnosis of Cardiovascular Disease using Machine Learning Algorithms and Feature Selection Method for Class Imbalance Problem. These are the contents that I will be discussing. So this is the abstract of my paper. So we have worked on the cardiovascular disease, the diagnosis of that. And for that, we have implemented 4 machine learning algorithms, that is decision tree, support vector machine, random forest, voting classifier on the data set StatLog, which we have obtained from the Kaggle repository. And we observe that the data set suffers from the class imbalance problem. So for that, we have implemented the SVM balance, which is the oversampling technique. And then we have implemented the standardization and feature selection technique for selecting the relevant features. We have considered 3 performance metric, which is balanced accuracy, F1 score, and Matthews correlation coefficient. And finally, we have concluded that the support vector machine and the voting classifier, they performed well, and they can be used in different domains in the health sector area. So this is
we can skip all this introduction.
sure, sir,
Directly show us the results with the 4 machine learning algorithms you have observed with the
Okay.
single data set.
Sure, sir, sure.
So meanwhile, the question is why you have taken only single data set.
Sir, actually, I took the data only one because I wanted to compare on the same data set with the different classifiers.
That is wrong approach, totally wrong approach. The same classifier you can keep, but
Okay.
the same classifier you can implement and compare with the different data set. Otherwise, if you are concluding your result X classifier is the best classifier, that may be with your results. It may be because of that data set and features are more favorable for the hypothesis in that algorithm that has been used. Maybe by random, by chance, it may happen. So that claim will be wrong. So if one algorithm is consistently performing with the multiple data set, then you can say it is the best one. Otherwise, results are not reliable. That's why multiple data sets are required for comparative purpose.
Okay.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we have like I said, we have implemented the 4 classifiers, and we have implemented that in Jupyter Notebook with the repeated stratified K4 cross validation with the 10 number of splits. And on the left hand side, we can see this is the comparison table for all the features where the voting classifier was giving the balance accuracy as 90.66%. And in case of right hand side, we have the performance of algorithms with the selected features. And there we observed that support vector machine was giving the highest accuracy of 95.63%. We have also shown the our results graphically in our paper.
Okay,
And-
meanwhile, how you have selected these 4 algorithms? What was the parameter of selection?
Sir, actually, we selected the algorithms because we want to give the comparison between the traditional classifiers like the SVM and the decision tree.
Agree. How you have selected? What was the parameter? There are 100 of algorithms. Agree?
Yes, yes.
So why only 4? And how you have reached these are the 4 final?
Sir, actually, like I said, we wanted to compare the traditional with the ensemble learning approaches like the random forest and the voting
There are
class.
many ensemble learning boosting algorithms are there, ADA boost are there, gradient boostings are there. Why you have not selected all those? The better boosting algorithm, better ensemble learning algorithms. There is no ADA boost algorithms are there. It is a part of ensemble learning. You know,
Yes.
ADA boost is the greatest one.
Right.
Okay, so why it is not there? So always you have an answer. Whatever the algorithm you have selected on what basis. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
What is the feature selection? How you have selected the features?
Sir, I have implemented correlation-based feature selection. And initially we had 14 features, including the target variable. But with the feature selection, we selected 6 features, keeping the threshold as 40%. Yes.
Okay. Parallel question is there. There are many features selection algorithms.
Yes.
Why
yes.
you have not used others?
Sir, actually, that is my future work that I will be working with different feature selection techniques and different ensemble learning techniques as well. And not only for the CVD, but for the other diseases as well.
Okay, last question. What is the relation between feature selection algorithms and the class imbalance problem?
See, sir, class imbalance problem is when we have...
Agree.
yeah,
That we
yeah.
know. What is the relation between feature selection algorithm and the class imbalance problem?
Sir, like when we train the models or the classifiers with the class imbalance data, so the classifiers become biased towards the majority class. Actually, it is degrading the performance of the model.
You are
yeah.
explaining the class imbalance problem. I am not asking it.
Hmm.
Feature selection is a different area totally.
Hmm.
How it is related to class imbalance problem? Because you have written in the title, that's why I'm asking.
Sir, actually, I have used the feature selection technique in order to like improve the performance.
So why you have written feature selection for class imbalance data? What is the meaning of that line? That is wrong line. Please rethink about that one. It is misleading, na? Otherwise, feature selection means whatever the feature selection algorithm you are claiming, it work if there is a class imbalance problem. Is it true?
Sir, actually,
No, it is not true.
No. The thing is that I need to work on.
Yeah.
Duly noted, sir. Yeah.
You have done good work.
Thank you, sir.
Don't take my questions otherwise.
No.
This is my duty to ask the critical questions. So be more critical, more vigilant to what you are doing. Don't do anything randomly. There
Yes.
must be a reasoning behind that. That will be help you in future. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Next, please.
Okay, sir, we have another session chair who just joined us. Just a second. I'd like to invite you, our session chair for this session. For sure, we know that Umar is an assistant professor at Vishwakarma Government Engineering College. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome, Professor Vinay. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So Harshi,
Okay.
please go ahead. We
So
have already 4 or
yes,
5 presentations. Please go ahead.
yes. So now moving on our next presentation. Our next presenter is Moises, and she's going to present network using graph convolution network. Manjula is here. So moving for our next presentation. Our next presenter is Lakshmi MJ, and she's going to presenting on prediction of PCOS and PCOD in women using ML algorithms. Lakshmi, are you here? She's not here. Okay, so moving for the next presentation, I'm Bala Subba Reddy, and he's going presenting on uh, multi-objective optimization with practical constraints using AALOA.
So this is my title, multi-object optimization with practical constraint using ALLO algorithm. So here we are going with the multi-object optimization. This is one of the novel method. Many literatures, they consider only the single objective. Some future literatures also there in multi-objective. But another thing is in the, especially for practical constraint, normally in the literature, if we see, they are not considering these constraints, but practically speaking, these constraints impact is there more in the generation part. That's why I consider the practical constraints also. In these two practical constraints, I consider one is the ramp rate limited, another one is probability operating zones. In a thermal power plant, in the ramp rate limit and all, suppose the demand is increased suddenly, generally generation side generators will not increase abruptly from suppose 10 megawatt to the 20 megawatt like that. There is a step of size will be there from ramp rate, means whether it is a down ramp or up ramp. All suppose if it is already generating 20 megawatt, it should not be abruptly to the 5 megawatts like that. So there is a step size, it is gradually stepping down or stepping up. That is the ramp rate concept. Another practical constraint, there is a prohibited operating
Sir,
zone.
could you please focus on precisely what you have done and what are the results and your findings?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Basic
So
things you can please skip.
yeah, I will go directly for results part. Yeah, so this is my result analysis part. So here for proposed method, I am testing as the sphere function and then restraint function for the proposed method with the consideration of two existing algorithms. So one is the hybrid cuckoo search algorithm and then antline algorithm, and proposed there is a novel method I hybridized here. So there is a Levy flight operation is incorporated in the hybrid the antline optimization algorithm, that is a basic algorithm. And from that there is a proposed algorithm is introduced. So for validating our method, I compared with the some of the existing methods, that is hybrid cuckoo search algorithm and antline basic algorithm. So from the results, we can observe that the proposed method will start with the less value, that is function value is very less, and the iterations required to complete this will be as a minimum. So with the minimum number of iterations, it is going to be converged when compared to the existing methods. And another one, also we tested with the restraint function. So this also is represented the same. So when compared to hybrid cuckoo search algorithm, it started with a very large value and then it is converged, it take lot of time. But the initial value itself, it is a small in the proposed method and it is converging with very less number of iterations. So time taken to converge will be the less when compared to the other literatures. So now I move on to the other one is a multi-object optimization. So before going to our electrical problem, I tested with the some of the test functions like single objective optimization as well as multi-objective optimization. In multi-objective optimization, SCRF2 function I taken and this I tested. There is a weightage W1 plus W2, but it is not given direct weightages. It will coming from fuzzy decision approach only. But when we are using as a 2 objectives or 3 objectives, we need to give the weightage of the particular objective. I need more weightage. Suppose we are buying a car, I need cost is major constraint or something, other comfortness is other constraint, like that. Which one we are giving more weightage? Based on that, I'm giving as a weightage of the particular objective function. Suppose G1 and G2 is there. I give a 90% weightage for G1 and 10% weightage for G2, like that. So like that, with different combinations I tested for the existing methods and then proposed methods. That shows that our algorithm is superior when compared to the existing method, and also according to the weightage, the variation is also will be the same, proportionate. Suppose if I given 90% weightage for the particular object, so that objective function will be, you can see here in the 90% weightage case, so there is a value of that will be as a minimum when comparatively 10% weightage. You can see here, if I give weightage of function 1 is only the 10%, the function value is 0.98. And if I give 0.9 is weightage, then the function value is 0.032 something. Similarly, the weightage is for the W2 and for the second function, and 0.1 and 0.9 proportionately it is converging. So that is the another comparison we can do. And similarly, what I did for here is the total solutions. I consider F1 and F2 is 2 functions. Total solutions will get from that best Pareto friend will be approached, that is based on our fuzzy logic approach. Also we are giving the weightages at this point on normalizing that solution. After that, we are giving weightage to the function 1 and function 2, and which one is the under particular point. Suppose 0.9 is weightage for function 1 and 0.1 is function 2. What is the solution of the particular problem? Similarly, if I give some other weightage, we'll get the another solution. So in a group of many number of solutions, we have to pick up.
Could you please conclude it? The time is exceeding.
Yeah, yes, sir. So this is the ramp rate limit and prohibited operating zones. I tested with IEEE 30 bus system, and then I tested with different cases. Suppose if I consider only the ramp rate limit, then what is the scenario? And if I consider the only without any practical constraints, that is the case A, and with considering ramp rate limit, case B, and with prohibited operating zone, and the last one is by considering both. That means that if you go for real functions value, automatically the reality system solutions will get in the real in nature, and also by lot of more constraints on that problem, obviously the cost of the value, it will be increases. That shows that the whatever solution we are obtaining, that will be going for as a real solution. So that is another case for multi-objective also I did, but here 3 objectives I taken. Our objective function is generation of fuel cost is one, emission is another one, total power loss is the third one. Now here W1 plus W2 plus W3, all the 3 together will give as a 1, such a way that we can still more combinations are there, but I shown some of the combinations. Based on that weightage, we can able to get it, what is the cost and what is the emission and total. If you give the weightage.
Yes, please conclude
Yes,
it.
sir.
You are
Thank you,
exceeding
sir.
the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
So is there any question for the presenter?
Oh, there is no question from my side. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so moving to presentation. Next presenter is Asim Muhammad, and he's going to presenting on privacy preserving early disease diagnosis in human nature.
All right. Am I audible?
Yes, you're all.
All right. Thank you. So the title being Privacy Preserving Early Disease Diagnosis in Human Males Using Swarm Learning. For introduction, I would like to talk about machine learning in healthcare. It's been increasingly used in healthcare. Recently, there was a study that AI can predict
You can
cancer
skip
2 years.
all those parts, please.
All right. For methodology, we are using a swarm learning framework, which is developed by HPE, Hewlett Packard Enterprises. This swarm learning, I would like to give a quick primer about how it exactly works. So, say this is traditional machine learning where the model runs on private data and gives output. Now, the problem with this is since the data is private, you cannot share it with other organizations, and hence the model quality will be very poor. So, coming to federated learning, which is developed by Google. So, what happens here is only the model parameters are shared, and a central server aggregates them with average or algorithm accordingly needed and sends back the updates. The problem here is you need a trusted third party or one of the parties to aggregate these models where something malicious can also be done. So coming to swarm learning, instead of a central server, these model parameters are shared on a blockchain. So no party is controlling and there is no third party is involved, and the trust issue is also solved. So this is the basic architecture of a swarm learning framework, where you have DL models, which let's say these cross section divides the three working organizations together. So the DL model trains the model parameters. The model parameters are sent to the swarm learning node. Swarm learning node here interacts with other swarm learning nodes on other organizations, shares the parameters, and if there is any state update required, it contacts the blockchain network, which is run on the Swarm network node. For testing purposes, we have used we've also used the concept of transfer learning since our data is quite limited, and we've targeted two in main DenseNet 201 VGG16, and we've also included Inception V3. These models we've chosen according to our literature survey, which give the highest accuracy. So coming to results section, we can see that on a centralized learning platform, say on a collab notebook, the Inception gives around 82% training accuracy and testing also around the 82%. And VGG16 has a high training accuracy but less testing accuracy. We can see similar trends on uh, decentralized learning accuracy. Decentralized basically meaning running on the Swarm learning framework. And here, type of data skewed and equal means that the data is equally divided, and skewed meaning the data is scattered. Some nodes have a higher amount of diseases, some nodes have missing diseases, and we can see that they're performing better than equally distributed data sets. So these are our training accuracy and loss graphs, which show the results, which training accuracy is going up to 80%. And coming to about the inferences from the results we have obtained, one thing we noticed that when data was split unequally, where it's scattered and skewed, it performed better and it acted like an ensemble of models, like something like one node trains on particular set of diseases, shares its updates, and all the nodes together learn and have overall higher accuracy compared to equally distributed data set. Uh, Coming to conclusion, our proposed system is able to analyze and classify the nail diseases while collaborating with different organizations, keeping the user's privacy, protecting the user's privacy, and at the same time, without having to require the trust between the organizations. So all this is happened due to a swarm learning framework. Coming to the future work, since we're using
Thank you, sir. Just we have observed a bit poor performance in the training part.
yes,
so
yes.
please focus on that. What are the reason and how to improve it?
So
Work
we
is good.
during our literature work, we tried to contact other paper to obtain the data set, but we were unable to acquire them. So as as soon as we get extreme amount of like good amount of data set, I think the training and validation accuracy can increase.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you from my side.
All right. Just before I quit, I would like to acknowledge the people working with us at HPE have closely worked and supported us a lot. All right. Thank you.
Okay. So moving for the next presentation, next presenter is Shiva M, and he's going to presenting on smart chair posture detection and correction using IoT.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, you are.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Thank you for this opportunity for me to present our paper at ICTIS. Our paper is about a smart chair posture detecting device and which corrects the user of their incorrect posture using IoT and data sets. I'll now go through a quick introduction. Yes, this is the list of contents that I'll be telling you about: introduction, literature survey, the methodology that we have followed for our paper, as well as the result and conclusion. Our basic goal for our work is in order to address the various back problems that people have because of continually sitting on an office chair per se, which has caused a lot of neck issues as well as back problems, including spinal issues, which leads to long-term pain. Hence, our goal is to detect your incorrect posture and inform the user of their incorrect posture over some time using a mobile application. I shall directly go to the methodology. As you can see in this flowchart here, I'll tell you how the chair works first, and then I'll tell you about the different sensors we have used. First, we have used a couple of FSR sensors, which are called force sensitive resistors. These are pressure pads which we have placed on the back of the chair. 3 different sensors which we have placed on the back of the chair, which will detect when you apply pressure onto the chair. We have also used a gyroscopic sensor, which can detect the angle at which you're sitting on the chair. This result is sent to the Raspberry Pi, which collects this data and in turn sends it to ThinkSpeak Cloud. ThinkSpeak Cloud is where we are running a couple of machine learning algorithms in order to detect if the user's posture is accurate or not, and hence sending it to the mobile application that we have developed using an MIT App Inventor, hence informing the user if their posture is right. The app as displayed here in results: good posture if you are sitting properly, and bad posture, for example, in the second figure, hence just giving you a thumbs down, telling you that your posture needs to be improved. We have first interfaced the FSR sensor using an Arduino Uno. The Arduino Uno is what collects this sensor data and sends it to the Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi is what processes the information and sends it to our ThinkSpeak database. The FSR sensor is a fixed value, has a fixed value resistor, which is 10 kilo ohms. It generates a voltage divider. On one end of the FSR sensor, it is connected to the 5 volts, and on the other end is connected to a resistor, which is then connected to the ground. This is in order for the FSR sensor to work. We have also used an MPU 6050 sensor. This MPU 6050 sensor is the gyroscope sensor that I talked to you about. The gyroscope sensor is what detects the angle in which you are sitting on the chair. For an accurate posture, the angle in which you are sitting, which is your back placed on the chair, should be between 90 and 120 degrees. The gyroscope sensor is what detects your angle, and in case your angle is not accurate or a little way off the line, which is way beyond 120 or much lesser than 90, it will give you an output 0. As you can see here, if it goes to 0, it goes to wrong posture through ThinkSpeak and through the MIT App Inventor, giving you the thumbs down here. There are two different ways in which we are detecting your posture. One is using this FSR sensor and the other is using the gyroscope sensor. But both of these results, here the gyroscope sensor first, which sends the data to the Raspberry Pi, both of these results go into the ML algorithm. Now, for the ML algorithm, we have collected multiple data sets, and these data sets were done by us, the ones who have done this paper. We have sat on the chair and collected over hundreds of data sets for different angles. For example, one for right posture, sitting towards the left or sitting towards the right, bending forward, bending way back, or sitting properly on the chair. We have taken 3 machine learning algorithms: SVM, CNN, and KNN. But we found that KNN is the best choice for our data sets because it seems to be giving an answer almost equal to 1 if your posture is good, or almost equal to 0 if your posture is bad. Whereas if we saw in the SVM case, it was giving us approximately 0.5 to 0.51% accuracy. Hence, we didn't choose SVM. As you can see here on this diagram here, this is about 26 data sets of right posture and about the remaining ones of wrong posture data sets over here. We have used MIT App Inventor in order to create the mobile application, which is an Android app. This Android app will receive data from ThinkSpeak Cloud. The ThinkSpeak Cloud is where the actual calculations take place, where it calculates if your posture is correct or wrong. If the posture is correct, it will give an input of 1. And if the posture is wrong, it will give you an output of 0 to the app, which is then displayed in the screen to the user. And the user will get the notification on their app. For example, if you're sitting on your computer and continuously working for over an hour, the app keeps checking your posture, and after a specific amount of time, if your posture is incorrect over per se 10 minutes, and then you get a notification on your phone, and while you see your phone, you get to know that, okay, the phone is telling me my posture is wrong, hence I have to change it, and then you fix your posture back. This is the basic goal of our paper. Thank you. I would like to thank ICTIS for this opportunity to present our paper, and also like to thank PES University for giving us this opportunity to make our project. Thank you, everyone. Any questions, sir?
Will you please define use case of your model?
Yes, sir. Just a second. By use case, you mean where we can use our project, right? Our paper.
Yes, is it possible to commercialize your concept?
Yes, sir. It is definitely possible for us to commercialize our project. For example, let me show you our literature survey. This is one thing where we have read about, where they have used a similar project for air traffic controllers. Air traffic controllers are the ones in airports, where they inform the pilot in the plane, if they can go straight or if they have
Tell
to
me
wait.
about only yours project.
Okay, sure, sir. So in our project, it can definitely be used for many people who work in offices, who work at home, even school children, college kids, while we're sitting on our benches. These things can be attached to different chairs, different models of chairs as well. So it definitely has a wide range.
Have you done any kind of need analysis?
No, sir, nothing specific. We haven't really gone towards the market side of view, because first we thought we will focus on the research part, and then if needed, we'll go towards the market side.
Okay, good. Next one, please.
Any other questions, sir, or am I done?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, just one more announced absent participant name. Is there anyone who's going to present automated spurious product review auditing system? Anyone is from intrusion detection model for IoT networks using graph convolutional networks instead of Manjula? Is there anyone? No. And description of Lakshmi. Anyone is going to present prediction of PCOS and PCOD in Google using ML algorithm. Okay. No one is here for this paper. Okay. So we have completed all the presentations. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and great contribution in this session, and all the participants for being a part of this international conference. And we, on behalf of whole team, thank you for your support during this version and the previous version of this sixth version of this conference. And we will be happy to have you all in the 8th version of this conference in 2024. The papers have been already forwarded to the speaker, and all the participants will be getting digital certificates through email within 2 working days.
And the
And the
publication will
publication
be live
will be live
within 5 to 6 months.
Kindly
Cooperate with Team ICTIS 2023.
2023.
And now I also thank our session chair for
for
chairing the session. Thank you, Vinod sir, for your valuable presence over here.
Thank you, Harsh. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay, in the end, I would like to request you all to turn on your camera so we can capture a good memories of this virtual conference. If it is possible, I request all the participants to turn on your camera. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you everyone. And thank you, sir, for your presence.
Thank you, Harsh.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.